Hello, everyone. This is Tim Hoven, and I am interviewing Brenda Barker, who is a candidate for Ward 6 in Clearwater County. As for those of you who were following what I've been doing, I sent a list of 7 questions to every candidate in Ward 6 and have given them all a chance to respond. So far, 2 have sent me written responses. There are 5 candidates altogether. 2 have sent me written responses. Brenda wanted to do the interview, and I've got 2 candidates who have not yet sent me their answers. All the candidates were offered the chance for the video interview. So if any of them want to ask for one later, I'm sure we can do it. But Brenda, thank you for saying yes to the interview. I'm really excited to do this with you.
Thank you. Yes, me too.
Okay, so Brenda, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Brenda Barker, and I am running for Ward 6. I've lived in the James River area for about 39 years, raised a couple kids on the farm, and that's pretty much it. Had volunteered all my life in the Clearwater County area because been here the longest, so that's about it.
So why would you want to run for municipal politics in Clearwater County?
Oh, yeah. Well, my decision to run for counselor actually stems from 2 significant events. Approximately 3 years ago, the council rewrote the municipal development plan. And despite the strong opposition for the majority of the constituents, they didn't want it. And the council proceeded and passed it anyway. It was just too much government overreach with regards to that. So 3 years later, they decided to rewrite the bylaws or update the bylaws.
The land use
And
bylaw.
again, yes, the land use bylaws. So once again, government overreach too much. It just didn't suit the people in rural Clearwater County. And once again, the people rejected and said, no, please stop. This is all wrong. And once again, they pushed it through, paid no mind to any of the constituents, and me being one of them on both occasions. So as this was an election year, I decided if I want something to change, I guess I'm just going to have to run and try and change it.
Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do the 7 questions. We're going to go through them one at a time.
Well, I don't know. I got 10 questions. I don't know what the others got.
You know
You
what?
sent me
That
10.
was I had put all the 7 questions on one page, and then the ones I didn't want answered, I put on the second page of the PDF, and then I removed the second page, and I must have sent the original document, not the second document. So that was my mistake that you got 10. It's the first
Because
7
I
questions.
thought, well, yeah, I thought the last 3 questions were like, yeah. So
Okay.
if we could answer all 10 of them, I'm ready
Sure.
to. Yeah.
Sure.
Because it got me thinking, and it was beautiful questions. Just by the way, all of them, great questions.
Okay. Good. Well, let's
Yeah.
start.
Okay.
Question number 1. Should Alberta become an independent nation or stay a province of Canada, and why?
Oh, yes, Alberta needs to be independent. Absolutely. Since Alberta's inception, 1905, we have been treated like a colony, a workhorse for the eastern Canada, and it just keeps getting worse. It's just too much, and it's becoming communist. We're going to become a communist country if Alberta doesn't leave. That's end of it. Like, we have to go.
So is there any benefit to staying in Canada that you can see?
None.
Okay.
No.
Second
I
question.
can't. Yeah.
Question number 2. What do you believe about property rights? And I'm asking this in regards to Bill C-21 and the voluntary gun buyback that begins on October 30th, 2025. There's a rumor that the government has extended that to October 30th, 2026. I haven't seen confirmation on that yet. To what extent do I have the right to own property, and how far would you as a counselor go to defend that right?
First off, it's not a buyback. It's a gun grab because the federal government didn't sell us our guns. So, and they're doing it to disarm us because that's the first steps in the communist handbook. You have to disarm your population. And as far as Property rights, we actually don't have any. Just don't pay your taxes and find out what happens.
Yeah, your land suddenly disappears after 2 years.
Yep, yep. They seize your land, they sell it, you're done if you don't pay your taxes. So we have no property tax. And as far as rights, property rights, or even the gun grab and protecting them, as long as it takes, like if you lose your right to own anything, like we actually do now, as long as we pay our taxes, we're good. But if you stop, then you lose your land. You lose, and the governments will just come and take. So you have to fight it until you can't.
Now, one of the
And that's
comments
it.
I heard from some of the other candidates was that, this question about property rights really doesn't apply because it is a federal policy and this is a municipal election.
No, no, it's not. Just tell them to stop paying their taxes and see what the municipal government will seize your property and they will sell it and they will gather their taxes and then give you whatever's left over after everybody's taken a chunk.
Okay.
No, it's not.
So, a fierce advocate of property rights.
Totally.
Question 3. Do you believe the RCMP is the best police force to give us a peaceful and secure life in our communities? Should we pursue a different option?
RCMP are regulated by the federal government, and we need a different police force. We need a municipal police force that lives in the community where they police. Absolutely. Nope, got to get rid of them. Too expensive, and they're run by the federal government. Doesn't matter what we ask them to do. Their mandates with the federal government. Less federal government, the better. And so
Question,
again, less Canada, more Alberta.
and it sounds like it's even less Ottawa, more Clearwater County.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Question 4. With the federal government discussing the implementation of a digital ID program, just like they're talking about in the UK, would you want the county connect with that system and utilize it here in our local community?
No, 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 no. Digital ID. Like, no. Who wants somebody monitoring where you go, what you do, and who can stop you from doing anything? Like, I think it was a couple of years ago. Even now, like, even right now, we're almost kind of stuck with the debit and the ATM machines. Power goes out. You're going to the grocery store, debit machine goes down. Oh, I have no cash. Okay, so I have to leave my groceries. I can't pay for them. Debit machine's down for a day, weeks. Cash is king. You got to have cash on hand, even now.
There was one time 5 years ago when a construction company severed the one fiber optic line into Rocky Mountain House, and every debit terminal stopped in the whole town. And that was one of the reasons the county wanted to do their broadband project. So they have 2 or 3 connections so the community is not isolated if something like that were to happen again.
Right.
So it's already happened where people did
It,
not have access to
exactly.
their finances. Okay. Do you support the principles of diversity, inclusion, and equity, also known as DEI? What, if any, changes would you like to make to current policies at the county in regards to DEI?
First off, for me, it's merit based hiring. That's it. The person for the job, whoever is qualified. I don't care. White, black, whatever you are. If you're qualified, then you should get the job. But let me just say, if you use pronouns, the job has been filled.
Okay.
Okay.
Question 6. To what extent should people be able to do what they want with their land? How is this balanced with the concerns of neighboring landowners who may oppose change and development?
This is a really catch-22 for me. Like, love freedom, people to do what they want to do to a certain extent. So let me give you an example. You have a farm, your neighbor sells a farm right next to you. Somebody wants to come in and build a pig farm. As far as why can't he build a pig farm? Because it's his land. Why can't he do that? Well, I think you got to have restrictions. You got to have people were there first, who was there first. And yeah, he can build a pig farm, but I think we have to have restrictions, some ventilation, some fans, he's got to, in order to have the neighbor's lifestyle, right? And you don't want to live in the smell of a pig farm. Everybody has the right to do what they want with their life to a certain degree. So if somebody comes in, wants to do the pig farm, you have restrictions on so that there is no smell or odor or stuff which impedes your neighbors. And if he doesn't want to do that, then he could buy some land with no neighbors around it. And that's the same thing with, right? And then if somebody wants to come in after the fact, after he has already been there, and then complains about the smell of the pig farm, well, you moved there. He was there first. So, no, you can't complain because you already knew he was there. So, everybody does have the right to do what they want on their farm to a certain extent, I guess. And then if the neighbors can also, if when they ask for a building permit, the neighbors can object. And then you can say, no, you're interfering with their lifestyle as well. So,
Okay. Thank
kind of
you.
works.
Question 7. We are 5 years out from when the government acted on COVID. The federal government responded in a certain way, the provincial government responded in a certain way, and even our municipalities acted in response to what the federal government and the province was doing. What do you think the government should have done differently? What did they do well, and what did they do wrong?
They did it all wrong. Everybody did it all wrong. Around the world, they did it all wrong. It was the flu. That's all it was. It was the flu. And you don't lock down healthy people. And if it was really that bad, why wasn't Costco shut down? And the mom and pops, why were they shut down, not Costco? Like, it didn't make it. It was all wrong. And it was just all a test to see how far we would appease. Because it's all about a communist party. I hate to say it, but that's what it is. It's just to see how far what they could do to us, just a test. And then, of course, the shots. You have to take the shot or you don't work anymore. You have to take the shot because you can't fly. Like, yeah.
Well, getting back to property rights, do you have a right to do what you want on your land? And then, do you have a right to do what you want with your body?
Exactly. Yeah. Autonomy. Yes.
Okay, so an additional 3 questions.
Yeah.
What is the most important thing that you would do to improve the lives of the people who live in our community?
Listen to them. Like, really, just listen to them, help them. Like, it's really not that difficult, really, to make people happy if they are listened and heard. That's it.
Okay, very simple. Question 9. What do you believe is the purpose of a municipal government?
Okay. For me, the purpose of a municipal government is just handle the nuts and bolts of the system. That's all we need to do. Roads, water, safety. And for me, the best council is one that does a job efficiently, taxes lightly, and regulates minimally, and stands up for local values against the outside controls. And I mean provincial, federal. Like, that's why we stand up, not to the people, but for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
Okay.
about it.
The land use bylaw and municipal development plan, although essential, can be a barrier to individuals starting new businesses that may fall outside current zoning principles. For example, you want to start a garage on your land. Technically, as soon as you start doing that, you're no longer ag, you're industrial or commercial. What ideas do you have to streamline the process to make our community more welcoming to new businesses?
Okay, this was a really good question, and I had to do some research on this.
Okay.
So, a quick little fix, what a person could do is just put a entrepreneurial variance in the land use bylaws.
Okay.
For low impact businesses, and just have like a limit review of 30 to 45 days instead of, I don't know how long getting a permit takes anymore, with the presumption of an approval. Like, you're just going to assume that you're going to get approved, right? As long as it doesn't harm the neighbors or the environment. And no full public hearing unless flagged by locals. So it's just like a quick process if we put that in. And then, so just rezoning tweaks for quicker permits, standardized zones for flexible rural enterprises to let you adopt your land without begging for exceptions. And that would be really easy to do because you could do that just day one, right? So as long as everybody else obviously votes for it.
Right. This is not a dictatorship.
Yeah, exactly. Offer targeted tax breaks on new adventures, like to bring in new businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So you would use the MGA powers for multi-year property exemptions to bring in some new businesses, and do the restrictions for like undeveloped property or underused land that's around. So to utilize those, get some businesses in there and how to do that. And then a person can do like that would help businesses maybe launch like a an app for permits and advice, like help you through that process, like just to make it easier for people. Those are a couple of the ones. Oh no, wait, I got another one. I would update the MDP with innovation zones for experimental businesses.
What
So
is an innovation zone?
in used areas that with related liberals, like for instance, you have some land and I would just rezone this, and then a business would come on there like artesian co-op or something, like, and then have the community use their feet to decide if this business would carry on. Like just set out some property, have some businesses try something, and then let the community decide whether they want that in their community or not. And then no loss to anybody, like somebody who wants to start up a business, right? Lower some taxes for them, let them just try it. And if it takes off, bonus. But the community would decide that.
I know there's many municipalities, especially down in the States, where they have gone into a downtown that was dead and dying, and they let small businesses come in, rent the shops at an absolute low rate, and make it as cheap as possible for entrepreneurs to try
Yep.
start a business.
Yeah.
And they could do a business without having to take on $100, $200, $300,000 in debt. And they
Exactly.
could just take that little baby business and grow it. And most of these businesses that were successful, instead of staying in their small little
Yeah.
stall, they expanded, and soon they're renting a whole storefront. And it really improved the whole community.
Exactly. But it with the community is the one that decides whether that's what they want, right? Like, yeah. And that's would be one actually thing a person could do in Caroline right now. Because
Okay.
there's empty spots right there. Like,
There's a few.
huh?
There's a
Yeah,
few
there's
of those empty spots.
exactly. So let's try something. And I don't know what the community wants. And then the community, would vote with their feet whether it thrives or not.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Well, Brenda, those are all the questions. I really want to thank you for your time today in communicating what you believe and what your core values are and how you would like to see change take place here in Clearwater County. So if people have more questions for you, Brenda, how can they reach out?
You can phone me landline because at 403-638-4353. And you can email me at barrowandhobbs@telus.net. So yeah, line, or you can find me on Facebook just under, yep, and then message me through that.
And I believe people could also go to clearwatercounty.com, and your bio with your contact information is on the Clearwater County election webpage.
Yeah, yes, for sure. Thank you very much, Tim. I
Well, thank
appreciate it.
you.
Yeah, yes, it was fun.